Good evening, GFFL. Matt has he put out the bat signal for you all to come in, watch live. So I hope you come in here and hanging out with us. Well, week 8, we're in the thick of it. How's it going?
I mean, some of us are in the thick of it. Some of us are watching from the distance.
Come on, bro. So we got a pretty good show. Oh, we got someone in here already. That's what I like to see.
Oh, wait, who?
Yeah. Oh, shoot. Yeah. I filled mine up a little bit more this time for you.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Whoops. Trying to see who's in here, but all right. Well, if you're in here, throw something in the chat so we can see who it is. All right.
Don't. It's up to you.
Yeah, I know. So I got a short story for everybody. Oh, Frank, what's up, man? Half baked in the house.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, this weekend I had the privilege of texting Timmy Boozy. He texted me asked what my thoughts are for who should he start, Robbie Anderson or DJ Moore. And I said, well,
this is in another league.
This is in another league, correct. And I'm like, well, hey, I'm glad I'm not you. I'm not giving you advice. I don't want to be the person that screws up your lineup. So he decides to play them both. And,
yeah, I'm glad he did.
And the funny part is he's playing Matt in that league. So Matt pretty much bent him over a barrel, showed him a map of the 50 states. And the reason why it's funny is because he actually is going against Steve-O, who played Curtis Samuel. So not only did he get screwed by those receivers in one league, he got screwed by the guy that actually scored. So for those of you that are feeling down on your luck, just think of that story.
Yeah, I won't put Tim on blast, but if he wants to put in the chat how many points he's scoring total in that other league, he can.
Yeah. All right, so let's just jump into the waiver wire pickups. We had a lot of waiver action, a lot of money flying around this week. So we had Rashard Higgins, went for $56. I know I tried putting in for him. Matt, did you try putting in for him?
Yeah, I think I put a bid in for like 25 or something around there.
28. Yeah, there's 5 total bids. Yinzers went out and got his guy. I wonder if he played him this week. I didn't look in too far into it. He did play him.
He didn't do anything.
He got him a whole point and 1.4. Yeah. So, not too good there on spending his money, but who knows? Maybe moving forward, it'll be all right. And then let's see here. Matt, you picked up Wayne Gallman for 25. Here.
On my bench.
On your bench. Rich put in for him. And someone else did too, I think. Didn't get him, but it'll be interesting to see what he does. Getting the start again. Nelson Aguilar. I know I put in for him again, or I put in for him as well, but I was being real cheap. I only put in for $2.
That's because all your money's gone.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to save it up here. But I thought that was a really great pickup by Bob. I thought that was a really great price. And then turn around this week and guy only gets 2 targets. That's kind of rough. I mean, not that Bob's team's like in desperate need of points. Well, he's in desperate need of points this week. It's looking like he might take an L, especially the way Dallas's offense is playing. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. But Bob played him. He played him in his flex spot. So that's gotta probably eat at Bob a little bit. I'd be pretty frustrated with that as well. Let's see here. We got Donovan Peoples-Jones, Malcolm Brown, DJ Dallas. DJ Dallas is probably the pickup of the week, huh, Matt?
Yeah, DJ Jazzy Jeff Dallas. Out there balling.
Yeah, man.
On his bench. But, he had himself a game.
Boy, our league in the waiver wires, we're looking pretty foolish here. Paying up for guys that are not scoring and getting guys real cheap and not playing them.
Yeah, it's weird. I think there's like almost like a buyer's remorse. Like you really want a guy like on Monday or Tuesday. So you go out and pay for him. And then it's like, all right, well, there's so many question marks around this guy because for doubt in the position for DJ Dallas, you're like, well, are they actually even going to try to run the ball? Like Russ is doing anything he wants right now, so it's kind of hard. Like I know I would have had a hard time starting him.
Oh, for sure.
But then if you don't, it's like, all right, well, how long do you really got this guy for anyway? Because once they get Carson healthy, is he even fantasy relevant after that? So, yeah, I think it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, playing the waiver wire, like if you're having to rely on the waiver wire for starters and stuff, that's tough, especially after the first couple weeks. Especially in this league, but he was definitely the pickup of the week, I would say. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
I mean,
I need all the wires. I need the waiver wire, chicken wire. I need every wire.
Yeah, you need some help. And I was trying to look and see here if there's anything else. Nope. Okay. So we'll move on. We were going to just touch on the league standings real quick as well. And we can kind of run through it. Let's see here. I'm trying to get my stuff together, Matt.
Yeah, we more bullshitted than prepped this week.
Yeah, so we were not prepped. So just kind of taking a quick look at the standings. Tucson Chaos has got a 1-game lead on Matt. Wow, that's hard to believe. In the Premier Division.
Yeah, but he's. I mean, I'm getting my ass whipped this week. He's in a close game that I think he pulls off against Rich.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one in a minute.
Which we said we'll talk about later. Like, I think if he pulls off this win this week, I think then with as good as his team is, I think this division is his.
Yeah. Then we scoot down to the Hines division. We got Bob. He's got a pretty good handle on it. I know Moko's team put up a good number this week. What's he at? 152. So it's him showing up. And then Bob, I thought he was going to be able to pull this one out, but man, Dallas's offense is looking pretty putrid. So that kind of makes that division. Well, that makes that division they'll have the same record. I don't know if they're tied, but Bob's going to get some strength back here.
Mm-hmm.
And man, he's been the top scorer, and he's about to get back like one of the best fantasy players in McCaffrey. So that'll be a good shot in the arm for him, even though they'll have the same record.
Yeah, I mean, he's got it. Amari Cooper scores a touchdown.
You're right.
It's that game's so close, and I know we have a couple games that are so close, so we'll just skim over that for now.
Yeah, but you were just saying before we got on here, Zerline better go ice up his leg for the second half. I don't know how confident.
They ain't scoring touchdowns. What'd you call their quarter? Who's Dallas's quarterback right now this week?
I was like, hey, there's their quarterback, Danny Bonaducci, something like that.
Yeah, he's. It's not his fault, but their offense is hot garbage.
Yeah. Yep. All right, we'll move down to the Iron City division. I got a 5-2. I'm feeling pretty confident that I'll pick up the win this week. I still have 2 guys left, and he has Tampa's D left. So I think I should be all right, and hopefully move to 6-2 and make New Day Co-op go to 4-4. Yeah. Okay, so move down to Yingling division. We got Tim, who I considered as a contender. Now I'm really questioning my judgment. But he's kind of in the hunt right now. Let's see what do they got? He's got going on. He has Sterling Shepard, and what would we say, Matt? He needs 3 points. So
he needs 3 points. Yeah, I got to imagine that he gets those 3 points.
I would be pretty shocked if he didn't.
No, unless he gets hurt, because the only 2 scenarios I can see happening is if the Giants are going to make it a game, he's got to get them. And if they're going to get blown out, then they're going to be swinging the ball around anyway. So literally, unless he breaks a leg, which for Tim, it would be just, I don't want to see a guy break his leg.
We all know Tim's luck, and Shepard will score a touchdown opening drive, seal it up. He'll be good to go.
Yeah. I mean, if it wasn't for Russ, he wouldn't have even been in that game.
It's true. But so that would move Tim to 5-3. Uncle Rico had a great showing this week, which, I mean, his team's stupid. So that would move him to 4-4. And if Tim can pull it out, he'll be at 5-3, which I think is like he desperately needs these 3 points to keep that one game lead. Just, get a little bit better seeding and stuff. But I'm feeling pretty confident he should be able to pull through with that one. All right. So Monday Night Football bets. I have some money already tied up into the Monday night game with some teasers and stuff. So I'm really pulling for the Bucks.
Also, before we get into the bets, we should make a disclosure. I did not hit my one bet that I said was my lock for the week, nor did Hoover.
Nope.
Nor did Becker.
Nope.
Fade them all.
Fade everything. And especially
just go the opposite way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I like the Bears. I said I like the Bears +6 last week too. And you know what the funny part is?
The Bears don't even play tomorrow.
No. I meant last week.
Oh yeah.
And I said I like them +6, and then there's a guy that we tail on Twitter, and he was going. I forget who they played, and so I didn't even actually make that bet.
You went the opposite way.
Yeah, so I didn't even make my own bet. So anyways, yeah, so I'm fading myself, so you definitely should be too. So anyways, I'm going to go with – it's not a great payout, but I'm going to go Mike Evans for a touchdown tomorrow. I mean, that guy's just – he's begging for a big game, but even still, it takes one pass for him to score a touchdown. He's – I remember last year with Jameis, man, he would have these long touchdowns and – even in the red zone, you just kind of throw it up to him. So it's not a great payout, but I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going to fade that. No, I think I feel that this week. He's been kind of quiet for the last two. I watched I caught bits and pieces of that game last week, and he did draw a lot of penalties, like target wise, for pass interference. And you have what's his name in Tampa? Godwin is out this week.
He's out, and that's a big reason why I was going with that one.
So that's a big reason. So I can get on board with that. You made a comment earlier, but I have Wayne Gallman over the 36.5 rushing yards. It pays even money right now. He's their starting running back. I know the Giants can't really run the ball that well, but 36.5 yards, come on.
I know it's not much. So
that's where I'm going.
All right. So fade us. I don't necessarily know you can bet, under. Well, yeah, you could bet under.
Yeah, you could take the under 36.5.
And
probably
then,
do that.
Yeah, but there's no way to not bet a touchdown. Probably just bet like Scotty Miller to score a touchdown or something like that. Gronk. So definitely fade us. We never say that you should tail us. All right, game of the week. We have a couple. I think that's definitely worth mentioning. I think the bigger game this week would be Tucson KS against Tacos, Truck, Whitus, and Richie. It's a close game. Rich, he's got two guys to go with Fournette and Mike Evans. So, it's obviously doable. I mean, what's he down? 21, 22,
mm-hmm.
22 points. So, I definitely probably wouldn't be in love with if it were me. I don't think I'd be in love with that spot, needing that many points from both those guys. On the same offense, but they've been kind of powering up and scoring a lot more points, with Tampa, and they seem to kind of be gelling and stuff. But I mean, you never know. I mean, Mike Evans hasn't had that many great games the last few weeks, so I think Rich definitely has a shot. I just not super confident because depending on Ronald Jones gets hot, maybe they stick with him, or and who knows, Fournette may get 2 goal line touches and it's 12 points right there. So so it's I feel like he's got a shot, but I if I were him, I wouldn't be too confident.
Yeah, I'm like in the middle on this. Like, I saw what Ronald Jones did when Fournette was kind of injured, and I was like, man, he's trying to like prove a point. Like, why even use Fournette when he's healthy? Because he was running the ball hard, and then Fournette was healthy. I think he actually saw more carries last week than Jones, or it was close. But I know he did have a decent amount of production. I just want to look at his stats real quick. Yeah, so he played 55% of the snap count last week, and he saw 7 targets with 6 receptions. He had just a shade under 100 yards total for the game. Fournette did with no touchdowns. So if they can have similar production from him, and he finds the end zone, Rich needs to find the end zone twice. If he finds the end zone twice, I think he gets enough yards from both those guys to make up the difference. But if he doesn't find the end zone twice, I think he takes an L.
Yeah. And that's a big loss too, because we were talking about standings. I mean, they're both in the same division, right, Matt? No, they're not. That's my bad.
No,
So I just, as far as Rich's team goes, he's got a pretty good squad. I mean, he's put up 800 points. That's pretty good.
That's a game he has to watch all game too, if it's close.
Yep.
Sitting on the edge of your seat, like, come on, baby.
Yep. So that's a big time. He needs that. It's kind of like, if he loses, does he start selling some pieces, or we were saying, what is there, 5 weeks left after this week? So he's looking.
I don't know. I like a lot of his school. I do like a lot of his guys, and he does have some younger guys on the team as well. The Joe Mixon injury, I think, actually hurt him a lot the last 2 weeks. He's not a back that completely jumps out at you, but he's been relatively solid throughout the course of this year. And then to not have him last week and again this week, and they had decent matchups, I think that really hurt him. I think if Mixon wasn't out this week and he has him that he can start in place of Swift, that makes up the difference for him. Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting, but, if he takes the loss this week, he's got to win out and hope to get in. 7 wins usually gets you in, but we all know how fantasy is. That's hard to run 5 straight. You're
no matter how good you are.
Stinkers here and there. So I thought that kind of has some pretty big implications, at least for Rich's season this year. And then the other games, Tim against Steve-O, I thought that was big for both divisions that they're in. Tim got, he needs to keep a leg up on Uncle Rico. Steve-O needs to, catch up. He's sitting in 3rd place right now, and Permani Brothers trying to catch Whitus, and Whitus is looking like he's probably going to, he's got a good chance at picking up another win. So, but, like we were saying earlier, Shepard needs 3 points. We both were kind of feeling, pretty confident that he should get that.
Yeah, I see Shepard getting those 3 points. I'm hoping that he doesn't, just because fuck him.
Right.
But I think he does.
Yeah, I do too. I agree with that. Let's see here. What do we got left? So, that's pretty much it. Kind of just to go backtrack, with our episode with Bob, we're going to try and keep this one, we wanted to keep it under 20. So we'll see what happens here. But we were talking about Tua. You and I were talking about it before we jumped on and thought, we could kind of talk about that real quick.
Yeah. So
not a big game at all.
They won. They won. Miami won.
Yeah, they won.
So I think, who knows what the media will say about him tomorrow, but he didn't really have to do anything. We were reading through the stats. He was 12 of 22, I think, was the stats for under 100 yards. I didn't watch any of the games, so I don't even know how good he looked, but that's barely over 50% completion percentage, so that's usually not good. They had 170 yards of all-purpose offense. They created 4 turnovers, had a punt return for a touchdown, a fumble return for a touchdown. So right there's how they won. And also he might not have had to do much. I know they were up pretty substantially early, so they might not really let him take the training wheels off completely. But I don't know. I think it's still yet to be seen if it was a smart move to move away from Fitzpatrick this early.
Yeah.
Especially now that you got a 4-3, kind of like a gifted win against a decent team.
Right.
What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, it's his first game, but I'm trying to invite Frank. Maybe he wants to impart some knowledge on us real quick if he's still sitting by his computer. So, it's his first game, but it makes you wonder like what's going on, to go away from Fitzpatrick and everything, and I don't know. It's kind of tough, but like they were saying, I was watching something earlier. You don't draft a guy fifth to not play him, and so it's not a bad thing that they got the win. But you really would like to see him, play better. I mean, did you say how many yards he ended up with running?
Not many. I mean, I know Gaskin had about 50 on the ground, so even if he had the rest, he had to have under 20 or 30. I didn't look at his rushing stats. I mean, they turned the ball over twice, I think Miami did. I didn't see how that happened. The Rams turned it over 4 times. That's basically how they lost. They did have 470-some yards of offense, so the Rams moved the ball. They, to look at the stat sheet on this game, I basically look at it and go, oh, Miami got lucky to win this game.
Right. Well, it looks like we have Half-Baked in the building.
What's
Frank,
up, boys?
how are you, man?
Doing good.
Brother?
Doing good, man. How you guys doing?
Not too bad. It's been a quick show, and appreciate you hopping on. So welcome.
It's good to be here, man.
So you got any thoughts on Tua?
There's not really much to go on today. He didn't really have to do much. Thankfully, Miami's defense just destroyed the game.
Yeah.
I actually had Miami against Bob, which was huge for me, my high scoring player.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he didn't really. I mean, he threw a touchdown pass. He didn't look too bad. We have to see. Like Matt said, it's going to be probably a few more weeks before we know if he's ready.
Yeah, that's what I thought it would be.
And you're a Miami fan too, right?
No, I'm a Browns fan.
Oh, that's right. That's even worse.
Yeah, bad, horrible.
He hates watching this because we talk about the Steelers.
That's all right. I'm used to it.
So how are you feeling going into this second half? I know it's kind of the game's going on right now, but you feeling pretty confident?
I mean, we'll see. Philly just threw a pick, so it's Danucci's up again. I don't know, man. He's doing some weird stuff with sidearm throws. I don't know if you guys been watching.
Yeah, man. I saw that throw. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, just throw it out of bounds. It was so bad.
Dude, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I have a pretty good lead that I should be able to secure this. And then I'm hoping my team gets healthy here. Chubb comes back. I'm hoping I can make a run maybe.
Yeah, definitely, because you've made quite a few trades trying to change some things up. How are you feeling about some of the moves you made?
I like some of them. Some of them haven't really worked out. I mean, a lot of players I traded did get hurt. So, I mean, if I would have kept a lot of players, I would be even probably worse off than I am now.
Yeah,
I really like getting Robinson, though. I think grabbing him, even though I gave up a first-round pick, I don't think I'm going to find a better player maybe right there with my pick. I think Robinson is going to be the future there. I mean, he's your only bright spot right now.
Yeah, it's funny. Matt and I were talking about Robinson, and who else were we talking about? We were talking about a couple players like Zach Moss and stuff. And I have a hard time like trusting guys that are just brand new and you don't know their names. And but you never know. Especially, who knows? Maybe they end up getting Trevor Lawrence or something like that, and that could really help him out.
Unless he pulls an Eli Manning like everybody's talking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you have depth other than like you have, even if the rest of the season goes sour for you,
Yeah, for sure.
having Nick Chubb, you know, and then Robinson as being a number 2 to Nick Chubb is a pretty good spot to be in.
Right.
Having a secure tight end with Darren Waller, you feel pretty confident about that. You got Melvin Gordon, you got Devontae Parker, you got Aaron Rodgers, you got guys on your squad that you feel that
I like my core. Yeah, my core is definitely. I'm building. It's my first year too, so it's like I'm trying to tread water. It's hard, man. It's a difficult league. Like free agents are gone in a second. Like if you're not paying attention, you're not getting a player.
Yeah, it's funny. Matt and I were talking about that, and man,
you have to snag them within the first 30 seconds of you seeing an alert anywhere.
I mean, someone catches a touchdown and they're gone. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, that's like I swear I got that thing about AB signing with Tampa on my phone, and I literally like logged in and went to see if he was available, and I think Whitus got him or something, and it was like 3 hours. I'm like, what the heck? I just got the notice to my phone.
Yeah, everybody in this league knows what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's a very competitive league. It's definitely fun to be in it.
I will say this: it's almost made me better for my other leagues though, because guys go so quick in the free agent that you're like, holy fuck, that's almost my alert that I need to go pick him up in any other league that I'm in because I know no one else is right.
No one else is paying attention. Yeah,
right.
It makes you value rookies. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're rebuilding, that's important to get that rookie running back or luck into one of those good receivers. But this year was different. I mean, there was a ton of good receivers and they've been doing okay. So it'll be interesting to see how they play out next year.
I'll tell you what's going to be hard is seeing the rookies and the waiver wire pickups that you get throughout the year. At the end of the year, when you only can keep 8, like what do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you have a rookie that emerges, I don't know, man. There's some tough teams that are stacked.
Yeah, I know. We're in a lot of the same position because this is my first year too, and I went really young as well, just a different way. I didn't make quite as many trades. I think actually the trade that I made with you might have been the only one.
Yeah.
But there's some young guys that I have now that it's like, are they worth keeping or who? There's definitely, I think, for a lot of teams, a lot of decisions to be made at the end of this year. And it's crazy too, because most fantasy leagues, you're just thinking about the now and the outcome of that year. With this league, like I'm constantly thinking like, all right, if I make this trade or I do something, like how does it affect me in the future? Because I don't want to fuck myself for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I agree. I think I've made a couple, like maybe 2 hastily decisions too by trading away like Swift maybe and a couple other pieces. But it's like you never know though. You never know, right? Swift just had 22 last week. He had what, 2 today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's that volatility too with those running backs that come from a 2-3 running back team, and then you also have the whole thing with being a rookie. So that's tough. It's tough to rely on those guys.
Yeah, I think Kerryon Johnson had a touchdown today. He hasn't touched the ball in like 6 weeks.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, man, what the heck? I thought it was DeAndre Swift show, but
that was the same thing up down in Indy. Fucking Jonathan Taylor's been doing everything, and then all of a sudden, he doesn't really see the ball much today. I think.
Hines and the other dude had 20 carries.
Yeah.
I saw Hines kept touchdown after touchdown.
I can't wait to see who bets $73 on that Indianapolis running back.
Well, it's whatever Hoover has left. He's going to try to beg, borrow, and steal for the rest of it.
You guys saw my week bids. It was like $2, $5. I don't know, but we got Dallas. Look, there's Zerline coming up. Oh, you guys probably already saw the kick.
I already saw the outcome.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, the whiff.
Nails that.
But Frank, it's cool to have you in the league and just seeing you, participating in. And I will say this for you and Matt. I feel like this was probably one of the worst years to come into the league and pick up take ownership of someone else's team because, boy, these year guys' teams were pretty rough, man.
Yeah, my team, I was not. I told Bob when he got me, I was like, man, this team is. I got to do some work to do. I got a lot of work to do. But it was a playoff team, I guess. I think it was a playoff team last year.
It may have been. And like we said, 7 wins. Sometimes 6 can get you there.
Yeah, this is crazy. I've never been in a league where it's like 6 or 7 wins is like in. You know what I mean? Like, it's so competitive. That's how you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
I think I only have 3 keepers left from my squad.
Yeah, I got rid of them.
I didn't even trade them. I just dropped them. They were that bad.
Oh boy, yeah. Our teams were rough, man.
well, it'll be interesting these next probably 2 weeks because there's only like Rich is 2-5. Let's see here. Half Baked's 2-5. So like it's going to be interesting because like that's where we'll start seeing the separation of who's going to make the playoffs and who isn't. So that's always interesting. But it is nice though, like just knowing like if I could get to 6 or 7, I got a shot.
Yeah.
And I mean I couldn't tell you how many times the guy's gotten in the 8 seed and won. I mean it's happened multiple times. So
if you can sneak in, anything can happen in the playoffs. Anybody.
Well, yeah, I think that just goes to show like how close the the seeding is based on when you only have a margin of winning 7 to 9 games, the 1 seed to the 8 seed is not that big of a talent disparity. So
yeah, there's going to be a lot of 3 and 5 teams after this week. I think there's going to be a lot of people in the race still.
Yeah, I'll be 3 and 5.
It's going to be cool to watch. It'll give us a lot more to talk about. But well, thanks for jumping in, Frank. And
thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. Love the show.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. You ever want to jump in again, just let us know, or just hop on live, whatever. We'll try and fit you in somehow.
All right, sounds good, boys.
If you have a topic you want to bring to the table, let us know. Just put it in the chat prior to, and we'll discuss it.
All right, yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. If there's anything that we could change, do differently, and no, Tim, we're not canceling the show or having new hosts. So you have to get over that. You shouldn't have started Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore. Anyways, everybody else, have a good night. We'll see you guys. See ya.